I'm sure a lot of people have some thoughts over the England-Ghana game last night. So go on, Ozzy, kick us off. What went wrong?
Oh, I usually like Tony to go first in terms of
Not
what went wrong, Tony, but how you feeling frustration-wise? What you feeling going into it? Were you happy? Were you?
No, I'm not going to lie. I kind of expected it.
Did you?
You did say the other week that you think there was going to be a draw in the group stage.
I just think, the African nations have impressed me the most with being able to shut teams down. I just think they shut up shop really well. They defend as units. And it's right across the board with them all. I thought the ball doing really good. So I've been mightily impressed with them. And like I said, without knocking it, I did say there was going to be a draw. So yeah, there's your draw.
There has been some good defending, some good defensive blocks, what we call it, low blocks, and that these days, isn't it?
Sit deep. Just stop
Sitting deep.
Don't give these whoppers the chance to with the fancy words.
But there's been some teams that have been very well organised.
Yeah.
Portugal frustrated in the first game, Spain as well. Us now in the second game. I think it sort of resonated differently for us, and maybe a little bit better because we actually started the tournament brilliantly with that result against.
We did the last one though
against Croatia. Yeah, we did before. I think we drew our second game against America.
I can't remember, but no, we won the first game like something stupid, didn't we? Was it 6 or something like that? I mean, we scored a load of goals.
6-2, was that Panama, was it?
First game
as
last
well.
time.
But we started well, so I don't think there's absolute panic at this stage because, we've drawn group stage games before and we've got to the last stages of the competitions for a while now, which is great, but we were built up so much, weren't we? We were sort of thinking, this is it. We're going to destroy. We've got a new manager into the tournament, Thomas Tuchel, who knows how to win games. He solved all our problems already, and here we go. And it wasn't the case. It was still the same old kind of things, which I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit more educated on myself now. Despite me visible frustration and me annoyance at the game, wanting to turn up and enjoy it, we've seen Gareth Southgate be pragmatic and just at least make sure he doesn't get beat and enough to get through. And as Harry Kane described it after the game tonight, they break it down. It was actually interesting because he sounded, as for a long time now, they've sounded like Thomas Tuchel's miniatures coming out and saying Thomas Tuchel things. But after the game last night, I thought he sounded a little bit like Gareth Southgate again. We always break this tournament
Is that a good thing?
Well, yeah, because Gareth Southgate's principles and ideals got us to the latter stages of tournaments.
It didn't get us over the line, though.
No, but we're not at that stage now. We're at the principles that Gareth Southgate was actually really good at in terms of break the tournament down into two separate bits. The group stage is first half of a tournament. Do your job to get through and get to where you need to be. And then you assess the second half of the tournament from there. So I actually didn't mind hearing little bits of Gareth Southgate again last night because we've got to the latter stages of the last 4 major tournaments, quarterfinals at the very least. So
I think
don't come away from that too much.
I think it's quite simple. Just you're in a game like that. You've won the first game. You've got decent amount of goals as well in the game. Don't lose the next. You're through. I'm sorry to say, and that might not sound exciting to England fans and all of us as Scousers, but ultimately you're through, mate. And you're going in that last game, and he's going to mix the faces up now. 100%, he's going to give a couple of rest, and I'll tell you now, they'll give these a good hiding.
To a point, because, and I do think he'll rotate again, but it's not like a game where we can rest players because although we're expected to win, we can't just rest our top players. We've got to go out there and actually get the result because Ghana beat Panama. You're talking we beat Panama in the World Cup 6-2, I think it was, or one of the high-scoring games anyway. Well, Ghana beat Panama 1-0 in the 95th or 6th minute. Croatia just beat them 1-0.
That's styles. So that's they've gone into that game wanting it's when Panama turn up and they're just wanting to snatch a draw or a last-minute thing against us. Panama now know they're going nowhere if they don't win.
I think they're out already. Are they out already? They've lost both their first 2 games. I think they're out.
I'm sure 3 points can still get you through.
But they'll finish, because of the way it's gone now, they'll finish bottom of the group because Croatia have beat them, Ghana have beat them, and we're already on 4 points. So they can only finish 4th. So even with 3 points, they can't finish.
Surely they must want to go out on a high.
Yeah, I think going out on a high to them would be a draw against England. I think that would be a great result. So we're going to face the same thing we did against Ghana.
You think they just sit deep?
Ghana just about got over the line against them in the 95th minute. Croatia only beat them 1-0. I expected that to be 2 or 3 minimum. So it's going to be more of the same. I've got to be honest. More of the same.
I think we'll start a different side. I think you'll see the likes of Rashford start. I think you'll see the likes of Saka start. I think you even might see Ollie Watkins start. And I think you just
that's a big one.
We're going to get at you.
Well, that was the thing last night. I mean, I don't know what you thought of our starting team last night, either of you. I don't know what you thought. I'll tell you my opinion in a minute. But there was a lot of calls for when they're defending so deep, why we didn't go with 2 up front. Bring on Tony. If we're now getting to the end of the game where crosses seem to bring us a little bit of success, why not bring on Ivan Tony at that point, because he's a big presence in the penalty area? Why not, if there was a different thought at the start of the second half, bring on Ollie Watkins to stretch the back line to then give Harry Kane a bit of space? Because Harry Kane came out as part of his interview after the game, said how difficult it was because Thomas Partey basically man-marked him in that hybrid role he likes to come into, which still left them with 2 centre-backs kind of free and able to come out. So tactically, it didn't work for us last night.
Yeah, I don't think we took enough risks, either in the way that we played or through the changes that impacted the game.
It was so hard for to find space in the final third. Listen, mate, they had 11 men behind the ball. Even Jordan Ayew was right back. I mean, he was behind the ball when he was defending. They were just defending for their lives, and fair play to them. They frustrated us, but
Hell of a plaster he had on his head, that one.
Oh,
by the way.
It's a bit more than a plaster.
It's a swimming cap.
And the other fella with the spider web across his eye.
I don't know which kind of physio was strapping them up, but tell you what, mate, he needs a bit of help, don't he? He needs a bit of educating as well. I just feel, for me, they were a hard team to play against.
Are we being too nice here?
No, I just think I'm believing in Thomas Tuchel more, to be honest, because there's no point in going against it now. He's picked the squad that he's picked. And I heard the shouts last night of, imagine what Cole Palmer could have done there last night. And I was obviously thinking about Phil Foden.
Of course you were.
what he can do.
Phil's number one fan.
Yeah, Phil's not left my mind since the last podcast. But I just think you back him now. And I think we are going to get the best out of it. I think he will get the best out of it.
I think that's a worthwhile debate, though. If Tuchel has brought someone like Cole Palmer or Foden, does someone like that impact that game? Because it didn't look like we had a plan B.
Ideally, yes, because when they're defending so deep, the pockets of spaces in between the lines are the most key. But he's also got Roger Bellingham's very good in his all-round game, but I'd say Palmer and Foden are exceptional. They're specialists probably in those positions. I probably thought Eze would have come on earlier, and Rodgers, because again, they are in that squad the most specialist in their positions, basically receiving the ball on the back foot, playing quick passes. I thought when Eze came on, I thought he played a little bit too deep. I didn't think he played in those positions. But my worry was right from the very start when Nico O'Reilly wasn't playing. I've said to you in the previous one, I think Nico O'Reilly, if we get to the latter stages or potentially win, he could be the key, because he's like a Swiss Army knife. He can do a little bit of everything, depending on what you need. He actually sees himself long term. He come out and did an interview, and although he's playing central midfield and left back, he thinks he's a number 10. And you can see that in the way... Yeah, and you can see that in the way he's kind of playing. He's playing left, but you saw that when he come on, and he goes and plays central mid, then he'll go and play number 10, then he'll go and get in the box for crosses. And we lacked that, and we knew we were playing against a deep defence. Okay, it was nice. Anthony Barry came out again for the half-time Anthony Barry show, which I enjoyed, by the way. He said they were playing deeper than we expected to, which caught us off guard. Maybe that was the reason they didn't play Barry, and they thought Spence was more important for the counter-attack. I kind of understood that, but I would have played Spence on the right, because I'm still not fully convinced by Reece James, both ends of the pitch. So I'd have played Spence on the right if you felt he was needed for counter-attack. I just don't think you could leave O'Reilly out, especially against low blocks. When he'll go and play number 10, he'll go and get on the half-turn. He's very good at playing in the pockets.
He said that he'll play number 10. Have you ever seen that before? A left-back saying he's a 10?
It's just the way he's progressed through his time, and he's been moved to sort of these positions. Yeah, he's been moved to these positions to get a game. It's kind of probably strangely easier to get a game there when you've got Bernardo Silva you're competing against, and people have people like that in them roles. So yeah, I just think that O'Reilly's the key. And
Do you think Tuchel was wrong to drop him?
I don't think that he would say drop him. I think he's come out and said 15 players in our squad that are all starters, which is probably right. So there'll be a rotation between them.
How does that work then with the others, Os? Is that a bit of a slant against you? Because if you're in that 20 man squad,
17th.
and you go like, there's 16 players, do the 16 know they are? So Jordan Henderson's on the bench last night, and he's slapping players' hands when they're coming off as if he's a coach.
I'm a high fiver.
Are you a coach or are you a player, mate? Because you're looking every bit as a coach, because I haven't seen you once.
Well, Henderson will kind of know his role. The two substitute keepers know that they're not starters. So there's 3 of your 26 already. So you'll start to... Ivan Toney probably knows he's not one of the starters. There's 4. So
you will get Tony's going to be on.
But you will get to the point where there's probably 4 players that 16 to 20 that probably weren't quite sure if they were the starters or not, and then start to realise 2 and 3 games in that they're not. Chalobah, who's just come into the squad, he'll be one. So there will be an understanding of those that are backup, and the rest are going to get rotated. But I just feel all the way through the tournaments, Nico O'Reilly had to be, especially in games when you're playing against deep teams where there's no space, and he can be a left back and go and play number 10 and get in the box. I think he's key to, because when you're playing against these kind of teams, a couple of things: you've got to do the unexpected, which he pops up all over the place unexpectedly, so that does it first, and then you've got to run in behind, and he did a little bit of that. But what we did brilliantly in the first game, which was the rotation and Kane coming deep and the wide men going forward, full-backs getting around the back. We never did that down the left because Spence didn't want to be outside left. Gordon kept coming in, but also our 2 number 10s. I think Wayne showed it on the BBC for his analysis. The 2 number 10s kept coming deep. Kane kept coming deep. The Ghanaian defence never actually had to, hardly ever had to turn and run backwards. Only once or twice Bellingham made a run from deep.
That's my reasoning. Why do we need 2 defensive midfielders? Why?
I don't think, maybe in a game like that, you don't particularly. I think in other games we do.
You have to stop the counter-attack.
They only had 2 chances with that, but
so here's the thing,
it was dangerous, and it was a penalty, by the way.
Oh,
it
was.
I was messaging
and
my
Pickford was
mates.
lucky not to at least concede a free kick in that moment.
Yeah. You know when he comes out?
Yeah.
The fella's not even looking at the ball. Though.
That's if anything, you're a keeper, though, aren't you? You're in the keeper's unit. I know you think you're a striker, but you're
a keeper.
More a keeper, aren't you?
My son's a keeper. I'm not a keeper. Oz. Piss off. It's just a fact of he comes out and that forward's not even looking, but any classes Pickford's like.
I don't know. I think Pickford's like
my
he's smart, but he's lucky.
My mate's a cop out and they were like, he's got to go. He's reckless, and I'm like, what are you on?
It was reckless, I thought.
He's got to come. If Pickford doesn't come, he's in 1-on-1.
I think whatever decision he's making there doesn't get overturned because there was a little bit of everything in that.
Yeah.
There was the striker went to get the ball, missed it, clattered Pickford. Pickford went to get the ball, missed it, clattered the striker, whichever way the ref gave
Pickford
that.
had to come, though, because there's forwards in. He's ahead of the defender. So Pickford has to come. There's
I
no
don't know
question
if a
about
keeper
that.
ever has to come unless they can get it.
Or does he? No, he has to come. Because
Well,
even if he gets it, he blocks
he
the
has
shot.
to have come a second earlier.
Yeah.
Possibly, but
Can't come if you're not getting it.
That Ghanaian forward, to look back at that thing, he's in. He's ahead of the England defender and he's in. I think it was Konza who he was in against. And he's beat him in a race. How he's done it, I don't know, but he was ahead.
A penalty?
No, I'm not
still
the Pickford thing with the penalty. Because he said it's offside, didn't he? And it was actually onside.
Well, no, it was offside after...
Because that's a stone
after that
penalty.
coming together happened, because once Konza made the challenge, they both fell on the floor, and the guy had to swung his leg to kick it towards goal, and it hit Semenyo, who was
jumped. Jumped in the air. He just jumped.
Who's Semenyo?
Konza. He just jumped.
Yeah. Semenyo, let me explain that though. Semenyo was offside because the keeper was past the ball, and there was only one defender on the line. And obviously the keeper and the goalkeeper has to be too. So he was offside when it hit Semenyo.
But that's
the first incident, well, I held my breath like, Jesus.
I cannot believe they didn't go back and look at that. I mean,
I don't get that. After how well they've done it this tournament, to not go and
the
spot
referee, I thought, that was I was on the last pod complimenting the referee performance, wasn't I? And saying they were good. Well, that was arguably the worst in what was probably the worst match to watch visually. That was the worst refereeing performance. He gave, I think I looked it up because it was frustrating the life out of me. I think the average was, or is, 22 fouls per game refs have been given in this tournament so far, down from 28-ish in the last World Cup. So trying to keep it going. And this guy gave 38 free kicks, which was not just more. That's a lot
about
more.
him, innit?
And it just felt. And then you add in the 2 head injuries before the 2 hydration breaks, which just broke the game up.
Do you see that? Did you see when one of them got a head injury and then they were all having a drink and was, why did you just go, that was your hydration break, lads?
Yeah.
But do you know what? It's not. Do you know what it is? It's the hydration breaks are sponsored by Powerade, and you'd have to have all the things come. If you've been on it, watch it. Our cameras are trying to take them out for the BBC and the ITV.
Are they?
We're trying to keep the Powerade out, but if you pay attention to it and look at it, it's a big. Let's stop right now. Big Powerade signs fly everywhere around. The Powerade hydration break.
Infantino's claimed that FIFA are getting no money from these. Then there's no financial benefit
Absolute
to
bollocks.
them for FIFA. Now maybe
Lying bastard.
maybe other people are. Maybe the Americans are loving
Someone
it.
is somewhere.
Maybe Powerade have paid
Tony's
American
coming for you.
laws.
Please, just.
And by the way, there are other drinks out there.
Absolutely, yeah. Lucas Aid, in my opinion, is far more advanced than Powerade. No, I'm just saying, it's absolutely I'm happy you've said that because it's disgusting that they've come out and said they're not benefiting. Just look, please, just look at the boards everywhere, and they have to stop on a certain time. And they go, now we've got the Powerade.
Well,
hydration.
one of the players said to the ref, I don't think it was last night, but in a game.
I think it was Kane who said to him,
"Can we get going again?"
Yeah.
Don't think it was last night's
And he
game.
told,
but
no,
it
it
could have
was. It was. He told the referee told him, no, we've got to stop. And Kane goes up to him, and goes, that can be the hydration thing, and the referee tells Kane, no.
But one of the players during a hydration break said, "Come on, can we get going again now?" And the ref told him, "No, we're still on adverts, so we can't get going yet." So it is a part of it. It's frustrating.
It's the NFL, mate. It's the Americans. That's what they do.
Yeah, say that into quarters, haven't we? The whole game.
Phil Neville, I heard him on the radio yesterday, is saying he loves it and he wants them to stay this hydration break quarter of the games.
Don't start me.
I'm telling you, your busy mate,
Wait
Phil,
till I see him.
was saying that he likes it.
Your best mate.
And it's a
It's your
big part
teammate,
of
your
it.
skipper.
He was. He was, yeah. He's very good as
Did
well.
he say why he likes it?
I think it's the fact that you can, as a
That's
manager,
probably
you can,
been asked and told to say that.
yeah.
Someone's probably just said
He's
to him,
getting
listen,
paid as well.
couple of little,
He's on the board
Yeah.
of Powerade. isn't he?
couple of bunts in your pockets and just say you want this in every Premier League game. There you go. And their kid will jump on now as well. I'm telling you now, be on the overlap next week.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's a good tactic. You know, when you're a manager, you probably want as many opportunities to get in talk as possible, but
It's no good.
it just breaks it up, and
It's no
any
good.
flow you get in the game just
It's got to be
stops it, doesn't it?
stopped. These hydration takes have got to be stopped.
They
Listen,
won't be in the World Cup. They won't be stopped here.
they've got to be stopped.
The only
mate.
panic is that certain executives think this is great for the long term
money.
future of the
It's
game,
pure
which
money.
I don't think any of us really want.
I mean, our country's even going nuts with all this sun. Does anyone remember when we were kids? It's just a bit hot. The
only
weather,
way-
it's so hot. The climate and they're going about. It's on the news for fuck's sake. It's a bit of sun. Get a grip of yourselves.
It's hotter here in England now.
I know,
in the
but
UK
come
than
on.
it is over there.
Kids not going to school because it's a bit hot. Fucking hell, what's going on? What's going on? It's a bit hot. Get a grip of yourselves.
And just
Wet wipes. Just behave yourselves. Fucking hell. Kids not going to. My missus said to me, "None of the kids going to school, you know," and I went, "Mine are." I said, "Mine are."
What are you going to do? Just leave the gates are
You
just
know what I
closed.
mean? It's a bit hot. What's what to do?
And just for anyone listening, please make sure you do follow the medical advice of.
Oh my God! Don't you start.
Don't get sucked into following Tony and saying,
it's a bit
"Well,
hot."
actually, what happened was Tony told me not to." Don't be doing
Yeah,
that.
Jesus Christ! It's hot. It's a big deal. Just get a
All
grip
my
of
kids turned
yourselves.
into toast burns and chemo.
You know,
Just a Tony's
piss off,
advice.
mate. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I am no way linked to Tony's advice in that way. Please let me state that
This
right
is
now.
a disclaimer. Nothing that I say should be taken completely on board. I'm just letting everyone know they are wet wipes, and we've got a bit of sun. The world's gone mad. It's like when the snow
Yeah,
comes.
we should enjoy it. We should be out there.
Of course we should. It's fantastic. I love it.
Off topic slightly.
Okay.
I thought sun's out this week. I've got these big massive bushes in the garden. I'll cut them down, thinking I'll be able to do that dead quick.
Oh no.
So I went out and bought a chainsaw.
Oh no.
It's like a hand
You should have
chainsaw.
a license for one of them.
Watch this now. I bet you got on a ladder, didn't you?
I've got blisters. Look, blisters everywhere.
Did you get on a ladder with a chainsaw?
No, not this time. I went into the bushes and just cut them all down head height. And I've probably managed to do...
You must be really low.
I was out there for about 4 hours. They are now.
Did you cut the base?
They are now.
Cut the base of the bushes.
Honestly, they were
right at the roots.
They were as tall as my house, and now they're my head height. The amount of wood I've cut down. But I thought, right, the sun's shining, it'll be great.
Why didn't you just get someone in, mate, and sort it out?
Because I thought, I think I can do everything myself.
No, you can't.
No.
I know.
You can't, mate.
I know, now my bushes are extra small. But I've got into the bushes, it's red hot. I thought, I have to take my top off to do this. And I went
She's
in
more
there.
equipped to do that than you.
Oh, yeah, she is, yeah. I've got blisters on my hands and I need antihistamines because I got bit to
You've
death.
got 2 strapping boys there. Send them in.
They're,
Send them in.
I was going to say, how do I describe them?
The strapping lads.
I
It's
couldn't.
not the army.
I couldn't trust them. I couldn't trust them with a knife and fork. Never mind the chainsaw.
The good kids, just send them
Oh,
in.
they're good kids, but I could not
You
trust them
can't.
with a chainsaw.
You've got to tell them. I tell my 2 the other
Oh,
day.
yeah, I'll
more
tell them, just
trustworthy
you
than
be
you was.
careful with that chainsaw, yeah? if they're literally, best way to describe them both is clumsy. They're both clumsy.
Just send them in there with a saw.
And where'd they get that from? Because you drop something every pod.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
They get it from their mum.
Mate, she
Get it
listens
from-
to this. You're in deep trouble. when
Anyway,
you get home.
back on track. Back on track.
Back to England.
Yeah, enough of the goal.
One thing I did want to ask you was, obviously, you changed the back line, and we already spoke a little bit about O'Reilly not being in the team. Looking ahead to Panama, does he go back to Stones and O'Reilly, or do you think he makes more changes?
I think and hope he goes back to O'Reilly. In fact, yeah, I think both of them come in. Not because Gay did particularly badly defensively.
Are we saying he did that for pace? Is that what we're saying?
Well, to be fair, I
You
think
don't think he punished him? Think he got caught out of position? Because he did get caught out of position in that first game.
but I don't. I think Thomas Tuchel's quite open and frank when he comes out and talks, and he said when asked, he didn't just mess around and hide behind it. He said, "Look, Mark Gay's a little bit quicker in those moments, and he's better on these type of things. So I'm going to play him over John Stones because that's what we've got to deal with more." So I like that.
Yeah.
So it depends on how much scouting they've done of Panama, what the danger is. You probably expect us to be getting attacked on the counter-attack, so Konza will probably still be your main centre-back
I'm
because
impressed
of
with
that.
him, to be fair. I wasn't overly secure in my thoughts of thinking he should be starting every week. I don't know where they've got this from. The Konza is one of the best centre-backs in the country, but I'm not going to lie, hands up, fair play. I'm impressed with him so far.
Attribute-wise, he's got it all. And if you've seen him in the qualifiers, he's played well.
I don't think he's better than Gay, but I do think he's done very well.
He's got pace, and he's got pace on Gay, and he's got
Gay
height.
slow.
He's not slow, but Konza's fast. Like,
Okay, I get that, but I think Gay's a better all-round
so
defender.
but I think Stones comes back in over Gay because I thought, and I was shouting at the telly after 2.5 minutes.
What's stopping you picking Gay and Stones together?
Nothing, but I just think pace.
Okay.
I mean, you probably
So
could.
a lack of physicality of
No,
of
not
Konza not in
physicality, just speed, really.
there. Okay.
Speed.
And maybe in Panama, Panama's a game where he's actually thought he'll be
need it.
rotating and he will put Stones in and it'll be Stones and Gay, maybe. I don't know. Give Stones
I
a
was
bit more
always
game time,
worried
Gay.
about with the kid that left back, O'Reilly, just thinking you've been caught out. Is he just give you a little thing here to go, hey, that was your fault, that goal. But then it makes so much more sense to me now with what you've said, and him seeing himself as a 10. And that makes me realise more now, this kid is going to roam. He's not a left back. And if he sees himself as a 10, he's going to go roam on a pitch. So I think
Only if he's been told, I agree, but only if he's been told. He's also an intelligent footballer that does play from the base the manager gives them. And if the managers are saying, we don't mind you going into spaces, then you do it.
I also think I've got it wrong with Madueke. I now definitely know why Madueke's been picked. He does as told. He is so consistent and he does as told. You know exactly what you're getting from Madueke every single time he's on that pitch. He's going to be up and down the channel quick. He's not looking to necessarily score goals himself, and he's always going to put crosses in the box. It's not like Anthony Gordon, where on the left-hand side, you don't know if he's going to cross or he's going to shoot. Madueke, you know he's going to run down that line, he's going to beat a man, and he's going to cross the ball. And I think that's why Madueke, it's so clear to me now that Because I was thinking, how are you taking Madueke over a Foden or a Palmer, and now understand why?
His pace is rapid as well.
Yeah,
though.
he is quick.
But he's so unselfish, and he
I
works
was
so hard.
disappointed in both of them, Gordon and Madueke. I've got to be honest. I think there was.
I'm surprised Gordon started, to be fair.
I think there was little reasons in terms of I don't think we got the ball quick enough, especially for Gordon. I felt Jet Spence kept running towards Gordon with the ball and then giving him it about 4 or 5 yards away rather than giving him it early. And I'll come back on to the defence and stuff in a minute. But I thought our wide men were a little bit disappointing. Everybody kept coming inside. We had a bit of joy when Madueke went on the outside, and yet that only happened once in the first half. As a teammate, I'd be saying, get on the outside every time now.
Tuchel told Jed Spence off. He shouted at him about something.
Yeah.
And we shouted at him, and then in the next play, he done what Tuchel asked him to do. And it worked, the cheat, because the ball went through the middle. And I think that's the only thing we've really missed is when a team is so compact and the space is so tight, you're not going to get to them through the wings. You've got to go through the centre of them. And I know that's so hard to do. It's in moments like that where you've got a player like a Phil Foden who traps and kills the ball. Bellingham done a brilliant a couple of times last night. It's just that we didn't take the opportunity. I don't remember one clear-cut chance we had last night.
Just the Kane one at the end, and that came from
the volley,
from across.
And that's a deflection off that kid's header.
About come from the outside. When you're playing against a low block like that, you've got to threaten it all. You've got to keep your width, which then allows you more spaces in the middle. But then you've got to threaten through the middle so they leave you one-on-one in the wide areas. And we were getting frustrated trying to come through the middle. They defended it brilliantly. In my opinion, we just had to get more crosses in the box because we've got Kane, we've got a Bellingham, we've got other people arriving. We had the opportunity to put subs on. So Madueke in the first half went on the outside once, got a good cross in. Never tried it again, kept coming back in. After that, I was thinking, you've just had the best moment of the game going outside. He went on to the left side of the attack in the second half so he could get on the outside and use his left foot. Went onto the outside once, put a great ball in. Saka got over the top of it. Kane was behind him. Maybe if they'd talked, it could have been different. But you go, brilliant, keep doing that. That was the last time he did it. He kept getting the ball after that and come back inside.
You know, when you've been playing us, when you've been playing and like, let's just say Everton have drawn Wigan or Port Vale away and in the cup and like the third or fourth round of the cup, and you know these just want to draw, they want to come back to Goodison Park, they want to dingo. And you like
FA Cup winners Wigan will be finding that one a bit.
No, do you know what? Okay,
that was a harsh comparison.
I'm just saying,
Port Vale.
Port Vale.
They beat us 3-0.
You get to the point. For fuck's sake.
I did get your point. I just
but you know, you go away to Port Vale and you know they're playing. They're not playing they're just playing purely and solely for the draw. They want to come back to our place.
If Robbie Williams wants to come on and defend Port Vale, his team, then that's fine.
My mate Rob, he's all right. How do you like, you know, because I'm thinking about the Everton teams you played in. You just have to
go and try and...
You played with one up front, so you had one lad.
But then you have to make sure that you're breaking forward. That was the other thing, you're right. We had so many players behind the ball that weren't prepared to sort of... So if you're
Anderson
playing
a passenger last night?
Defensively, I thought Anderson was good on the counter-attack.
Was offering nothing going forward?
I didn't think he offered himself on the ball as much. When you're trying to break these teams down, you want a Jorginho, you know, that type of defensive midfielder that is just about linking passes, getting on the move. Thought Anderson was not hiding. That's too strong a word. He was not available enough to link the play and get us forward, but he was good defensively and important. I just think that when you were playing against a Croatia or a France and you're thinking, right, we need to go break them down, and you're trying to run forward, you're actually running forward thinking, I can't be too much out of position because I can't get exposed, I can't get hurt, they can't get through my space. So you run forward, but no, you can kind of get back. And that's what we saw in the first half of the Croatia game. And then he freed us up for the start of the second half, and everyone was just running all over the place and other people covering. So I expected to go into this game and have people run all over the place, but no one left their position. No one really ended up somewhere that you weren't expecting them to be. We were so rigid, and even then, like, people weren't running in behind Kane. Kane didn't really drop deep and get the ball more than usual. People didn't go and do anything that wasn't unexpected in the game.
If you can see that, surely they can. So is that up to Kane or Tuchel to bollock someone and go, listen here, lads, do this or do that?
A little bit of both. There has to be a little bit of gambling. There has to be a bit of, well, I'm just going to run over this. I'm going to run over there and I know I'm going out of position, but I might just say to you beforehand, to the guy who's behind me, or it might be if I'm Rice, I'm saying to Anderson, right, I'm for 5 minutes now, I'm going to be all over the place. So you just sit and make sure that someone's in the middle. But it didn't seem like we ever did that. And the pattern was set right from the kickoff. And there was the reason why I was frustrated with the two centre halves, because I'm screaming at the telly 3.5 minutes in, and we just kept we got up to the halfway line. They offered absolutely nothing. Ghana, they went right back, right for the kickoff, 5-10 yards outside the edge of the penalty area. Fine, but we just kept playing. I mean, by half time, our centre halves had 68 and 73 passes. Ghana's team had 77. Now, our two centre halves, of those 68 and 73, I reckon 50 of them were to each other.
Sideways.
They just kept passing it to each other. I'm thinking, get the ball. Wait, every one of our players, midfield and defenders, had 8 or 9 touches when they needed to have 2.
Yeah.
It should have been bang, pass,
Yeah.
and it was stop and move. And the reason I was screaming at the telly was Reece James especially, Jed Spence less so because he's the left foot on the right, but Reece James, Madueke had one when he came and said, this all within the first 2 minutes. And the two centre-halves definitely had forward passes. Someone made a run and there was a space and you go on, there's the pass, play it forward, be positive. And they went, we'll keep the ball, we'll play our way into the game mentality. Whereas that then became walking football. We were playing walking football. We weren't actually being positive. We weren't playing forward. And you can in those games, because they're defending so deep, you can risk the ball more than normal. Yes, your stats won't be 95% pass completion, all that. They might be 60, but you might have nearly played someone in 4 times. You might have nearly got us the cross that created
That's how you
something.
pick the lock.
Whereas, and because you then try and create in their moments, if they do win the ball back, you just smother them. Old Barcelona style, how we did in other games. You win the ball back quickly. And even if they play out of that, they've still got 80 yards to go before they get anywhere near your goal. So risk the ball. Whereas we didn't risk the ball. We went backwards and sideways. And it was a pattern that if I had any hair, I would have pulled it out in that game.
So we're coming out. So
watch.
when we come up against it, and when's our next game now? Is it the weekend?
What day are we now?
Saturday night.
It is, Saturday night. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
So Saturday night.
Do you want to go to the pub and watch it really late, or a nightclub or something?
I don't know about a nightclub, but okay, that is possible. I mean, I am gonna. I can't say what my plan is, but I'll tell you at the end of this. But yeah, I have somewhere to be on Sunday, so we will.
I've thrown him there. He's a bit lost.
Stupid boy. We come up against that on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Would you expect them to? Like within the first 20 minutes, I think
John Stone starts that game because I think John
finds a pass.
Is used to playing in those moments. And if you play him left, I think he steps into midfield.
No,
I think because one of the best things John Stones does, and he's done it in Champions League finals when he was asked to play centre midfield. He does it in normal games. He commits people it's a crazy thing as a centre half.
Yeah,
but he commits defenders. Like you want your midfielders and your number 10s and your wingers, go and commit a defender instead of just passing in front of them. Run up to him with the ball. So now he's got a decision to make. Now he has to come to you, or he has to make a decision, and then you pass it, and then there's a space.
Yeah.
Whereas we never made them move because our centre halves just went side to side.
Didn't need
and
to
passed.
do it last night.
Kane made 2 decent forward passes, one into Declan Rice where Kane nearly had the shot, and a diagonal to Bellingham. Good passes. Other than that, they never. As a pair, they never committed. John Stones runs into midfield and says, "I'm just going to keep running until one of you comes out to your slot."
If Stonesy starts,
and then there's a knock-on effect.
If Stonesy starts last night, he's probably getting an assist because he finds that ball straight through the middle because you're spot on. He draws a midfielder to a centre half, and the minute the midfielder comes to the centre half, you've got a 2v1 somewhere else on the pitch, and I just think it's so important that. You have someone who's willing to take a risk. Don't get me wrong, a high risk comes with, you know what I mean? It's very dangerous, but he is the one to find it. And like Ozzy says, with someone like Stonesy, if he loses the ball there, someone's got 80 yards to make up. And if you've got a Jed Spence or a Reece James, chances are they're going to catch you. You know what I mean? You're not going to leave any of them for dust.
You also balance yourself off, right? You we talked before about do you need two defensive midfielders? Well, That depends on what you're asking of your fullbacks. So if you're saying to your fullbacks, so say we'd have said, right, Kane's going to come deep, Gordon and Madueke
He didn't come deep last night,
Not really.
Kane.
Gordon and Madueke are not going to give us the width. They're going to run inside every time, so Kane can come deep. So it should have been, or in moments, you don't have to do this whole game, but Gordon and Madueke running in between their fullbacks and their centre-halves so that they have to run deep. And then we're asking our fullbacks to go and play high and wide. Now they've got a decision to make. Do we follow the run? Do we stay on the fullbacks who are now playing like wingers? In that moment, you need two centre midfielders who are holding midfielders because you've got two centre halves and you've got two holding midfielders. If you're always keeping one of your fullbacks deep, which it seemed we kind of were last night, then you only need one centre midfielder. You can't have as many players behind the ball as we did at times. I was expecting more from us. These games happen. We didn't lose it.
Is it good that it's happened now at this stage of the tournament? You know, you've seen Spain had a difficult first game, Portugal had a difficult first game, and I know this is our second game, but these negatives coming to fruition now give us something to go, right, we can stop that from happening now that we've seen it.
Yeah, if you problem solve from it. I think the frustration we've had in previous tournaments, and I was complimentary to Gareth Southgate before, as I should be, but I think we had these moments in previous tournaments, progressed. It wasn't always easy on the eye watching us in tournaments, but we progressed and we had nothing to complain about because of that. There were a lot of England fans or pundits in general saying, but it's just not good enough when we come up against better players, or when we come up against something else, we might not have the answers. And that was true, because although we had progressed, we didn't seem to learn. We didn't get braver. We didn't find a way of winning those tight games when it came down to it. Thomas Tuchel's different. This is the first tournament we've got. Is he going to problem solve? I hope so. That's what he's been brought in for. Because he learned a lot in the first game, especially for his team talk at half time and how we reacted. If he's learned a lot from this, then it will stand us in good stead moving forward, because he'll know how players have reacted to moments, how they've done in certain criticism he may have labelled of them, what he's asked them to do, if they're capable of what you need to do in them moments. Because, what is it, 4 or 5 games between each, 4 or 5 days generally between each game. The analysis teams will be going crazy on watching it back and showing where things could have happened, and Tuchel and his team will be watching it. So hopefully, yeah. I
just think it's so important that it has happened. And I actually wanted it to happen to them so they can see that what happens when teams don't want to play football against you. But I think the most important thing is we've seen what happens when teams do want to play football with us. And that's what's going to happen. Listen, when you get to the last 16, everyone wants to play football. Nobody wants to just sit there. Don't get me wrong, you're going to get some teams like maybe Morocco. That would be a big problem. They're a good side who know how to defend that and can hit you fast on the break. But ultimately, when we get to the last 16, everyone wants to play. No one's going to want to really sit deep. I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy it's happened now, because the next time we come up against it, we're prepared for it and we're going to understand and know. Hopefully we'll learn our lesson. But make no mistake, England aren't going out the World Cup because of someone with a low block. You're going out to someone who's going to be a better team. And you know what? Being brutally and totally honest, I think we're going to have to do that if we're going to win the World Cup. Because we're going to have to go up against a France, or we're going to have to go up against another couple of teams in the World Cup, maybe a Portugal, and we're going to have to sit deep at times, and we're going to have to go, you know what, we're shutting you down. So we shouldn't be too critical, because I'm telling you now, we can't go toe-to-toe with France. I don't care what anybody says, we can't go get player for player with them. Sorry, that's the wrong word. We can go player for player, but we can't go attack for attack with them. We just can't. That front four for them, mate, is the most frightening front four I've seen since probably Brazil in 02. I haven't seen a front four like that in 20 years. Them four, mate, are just
We've got
something
5,
else.
6. That's the scary thing about France.
So we might have to sit deep. We might have to just block someone off and go, you know what? This is not going to be pleasant. This is not going to be pleasing on the eye, and not everyone's going to like it. But do we care? I just want to go through. I just want to progress. I don't care if we win 1-0 and it goes in off someone's ass. I just want to win.
Well, we could have still won that game last night. I mean, O'Reilly comes on and hits the bar, and that was unlucky. Kane, you'd expect to score that.
banking on him. Are you?
Person
Listen,
you wanted to drop to.
the form he's in, 50 odd goals, is it this season? Or 60 odd goals, I don't know what he's on, but he's flying. It's one of them, innit? He snaps at it, and it look for someone like him, you go, that looks like an easy chance, but it's not us, is it? It's on the volley, and it's coming to him quick.
It came quick, and I think again, part of the interview I watched after I think he only had 3. I might be getting that wrong, but 3 touches in there, but it gone.
It was 3,
box.
and only 19 in total for the whole game.
And
He
even
didn't come deep
even the
last
best
night.
would like to have a little bit.
Has he been told not to stop coming deep?
No, don't. I would doubt that.
Why didn't he
maybe.
come? Because he came so deep in the Croatia game, and I'm talking, he was on the edge of his own box at times.
Yeah, that surprised me. I know
He
we
didn't come
say
at all.
when there's a low block that you need to keep people up, but I probably expected him to come into, where the 2 centre-halves were, and they weren't making forward passes. And Rice and Anderson weren't making enough forward passes. I expected Kane to come back and start making them. He came and made a couple of diagonals, but when you're playing, here's another one. When you're playing in those games, and I'm saying Eze didn't play in the pocket more, and Bellingham and Rice, who were in the semi-number 10 positions, I think O'Reilly should have been in there, but another, talked about that already. When they're in those positions, they can only be as good as the ball they're getting in. And I didn't think we were brave enough in playing that ball. The best at them are Adam Wharton, Kobbie Mainoo's good at them passes actually as well, and he's in the squad. Of these number 10s, we'll criticise them for not getting the ball, but they'll only stay in the position if they feel like someone's capable of giving them the ball. Otherwise, you'll go searching for it. It's natural. I've done it myself 1,000 times. You need to have somebody that you can trust that can thread a pass through the eye of a needle, through the lines of defence, get it in you, and then you're asking Bellingham, Kane, whoever it might be in that position, first touch on the back foot, get turned, and now you're actually at the back foot with runners, hopefully either side. We didn't penetrate in them moments. We didn't find the passes. Maybe Kane had come deep. He could have threaded them through, but even then you're saying, well, now we need Kane back up front.
I felt like Bellingham was the only one who was willing to actually run at them. And I get the ball at his feet and just go, I'm going to take you on, I'm going to do you, I'm going to beat you. When Saka came on, he looked like he could do it as well. I mean, for the life of me,
Saka looks sharp.
I can't understand why Saka's not starting. Someone obviously knows more stuff
But
than
they
we
reckon
do.
he's been nursing an injury, and they said by the third game, by the Panama game, he'll
that's
be
good.
fit.
Let's just
He'll
take
be
an
fit
injured
to
player.
start.
Well, let's just leave super fit players with the same
He
amount of
hasn't been
talent.
training as much during the gaps either.
I think you take Saka
Top player in me.
because when you say he's
I know,
not fit
but
enough,
get him on the pitch, mate.
yeah, but they're
Last night
saying
should have
he'll be fit enough for the third game, having played a part in both the first 2. And now, as you're saying, we're going to progress.
Half time
now
last
he's
night, make
now
the
he's there.
change.
Now
Half time, yes, he make the change. Don't never wait till 60 minutes. Go and get a goal, and then you know what? We can sit. We can sit, because once we get a goal against them, if we scored against them last night, I said to the kids, Carter was sitting with me, and I said, if we get a goal, mate, we'll get 3 or 4 past these. We just need 1 goal, because these will have to open up. And once anyone opens up against us who are lesser than us, player for player, we will really turn over. But I get why these teams are going to go at us like this. They're going to sit and sit and sit, because a point is the best they're going to get. The minute they play and open up, we have so much quality that it's unbelievable. I mean, Declan Rice.
And it was not a bad thing for Ghana to do, because that's them through. Because, well,
Yeah,
you'd expect 4 points.
Of course.
To beat Panama, a draw out of the next 2 games, and they're through in some capacity, and they've drawn.
They've celebrated like they've won it. And listen, fair play to them. I'm happy for them, because they're going to be a problem. They go if France or someone draw them, they're a proper issue, mate, because they'll end up at penalties with someone, and then penalties. What's your thoughts on that?
I think yeah, but penalties there's a toss of a coin.
50-50.
I think France would be better at beating. I think France penetrate better.
Yeah.
I really
but they
do.
could
I think
draw
their
Spain.
runs, I think, yeah, well,
They could draw Argentina.
Spain and Portugal have shown that they struggle against those kind of moments.
Argentina will struggle, because you can't. Because a team like that we've just played last night, they will just put one man on Messi and just say, "Do not leave him alone."
Yeah, what Partey did, but it's still Messi. So what was the possession? Was it 72 or 78? I think it was 78% possession we had.
Yeah.
Last night.
I'm not sure which one of them it is, but yeah, it was 70 plus.
Which is England's highest. I think England's highest since 1966 in any game. And I also read this morning, because I do like to read my stats and that it's the most possession a team has ever had in the game without winning.
Do you wait to make a change?
That's not a good stat for us.
Do you wait to make do you make the change at half time, or do you wait to make the change when he makes it? Because you can clearly see we're not figuring them out. We're not finding a way through. Like, for me, I think the first half tells you everything you need to know. We aren't breaking these down. Why are you waiting till 60 minutes?
I would have brought O'Reilly on at half time.
Did you take Anderson off and then go 4-3-3?
No, I'd have took Reece James off me, put Jed Spence over on the right, use his pace, get down the outside, and I'd had O'Reilly on the left, and that way Spence stays as one of the three. He can get down the right, but he's staying as one of your three defenders, and O'Reilly can go Roman, and then after about 55, 60 minutes, then I'd have swapped both. It's probably made a triple substitution and brought on Rodgers and changed both the wide men at the same time.
Would you have started the lineup that started?
I wouldn't.
Who would you have played?
I told you I'd have played O'Reilly.
Yeah, but I mean, are you starting Gordon? Are you starting Madueke? Or are you starting?
I had no problem with starting them.
Yeah, but who would you have picked?
I think he could have been braver and gone, maybe drop one of them for Rashford.
I understand, because Rashford scored in the last game, came on, done well, played for Barcelona this season, had a good season.
Yeah, but who are you picking?
But I probably would have started with that team then.
Would you?
In terms of the
midfield forwards.
In terms
just
of
O'Reilly, you
and
would have kept O'Reilly in.
Yeah, because he adds another body as a number 10. He goes in and plays and gives you that extra player who can play on the half turn, which is the key.
Makes so much more sense to me after you've said what you've said.
After half an hour, I might have swapped the wide men over and said, our best chance here is getting on the outside. So Madueke, you go play on the left, Gordon, especially as Gordon was getting no change out of that.
That's what he said, though.
Go and play on the right and do us a favour, get the ball out to you, because you naturally, when you go and play on your natural side of the pitch, because of the way you take the ball on your outside leg closest to the byline, you naturally make the pitch bigger. So because you're now taking that on your right foot, you've got a natural crossing angle around the defender. So the left back, if I'm being Anthony Gordon, has to come and respect that and give you another probably 4 or 5 yards further than he would have run, which now means the centre back has to come over a few more yards, which now means everybody. So just by putting people on their natural side of the pitch, shifts tactically the game. If you come over like to Madueke and his first touch is to control it inside onto his left foot, as a fullback and a wide midfielder, makes the pitch smaller. I don't need to run that much. That creates spaces everywhere. And if from there, if Gordon can get to the byline or Madueke, cross it, great. If not, it's a natural run now for Bellingham or Rice to make that underlap and run, because that was the key, which I wrote in me before I come. You think about who are the good teams at breaking down low blocks. In my opinion, Man City have always been outstanding. You think about what they did. You go back to Ahmed Jack.
Yeah,
right, who played on the left. So you can play people on the opposite side of the pitch, but from that moment, you think about how many times Bernardo Silva made that run 10 to the byline, or Kevin De Bruyne made that run in behind the fullback to the byline, because you just switch play, make that run, switch play, make that run, and you're constantly making the opposition's defence drop and deeper into their own penalty area.
Yep.
And at the very worst, then you're getting shots from edge of the penalty area. Whereas we kept switching it and then just coming back. We never actually think about how many times did their centre-halves run into their own box. Maybe once, Reece James, after about 10 minutes.
Last season, Everton benefited so much from that. When Jack Grealish got hold of the ball, he drew players in, and I literally watched the ball. When I was sitting in his seat, he's telling Michael where to go. He's telling Keenan Dewsbury where to go. And when he tells them where to go, like, he's telling people on the pitch, he just holds the ball, he protects it. No one can get the ball off Jack Grealish when he doesn't want to lose it. And he's telling these players to run. Someone follows Michael, someone follows Keenan, and then he lays it to Jimmy Garner. Jimmy Garner belts a shot into the corner, bottom corner. And it happened numerous times last season.
Well, that was the backup, but the actual one that hurt, you've just touched on, was Grealish getting the ball and Dewsbury Hall making that run in behind. He scored a goal against Wolves. He got into great pockets and position. That run is how you beat low blocks, and we never did it.
No,
like I can't hardly remember us ever doing it, especially getting Bellingham and Rice in there. Maybe we should have started, in hindsight, if you're keeping your back four, or made the switch early and put Rodgers and Bellingham in.
Come on, we've whinged enough now about
anyway.
England. Let's talk about the other
yeah,
games.
true. Let's talk. We spoke about Kane. He missed his opportunity, but it has been a tournament for the firepower up front. Ronaldo, Mbappe, Messi, they've all been scoring goals. Let's talk about Ronaldo first. first game, he's got loads of doubters, people saying, is he finished? And then he goes and pops up with 2 goals like that. What did you think about Ronaldo's performance?
I think there's nothing he could have really done in that first game. I don't think they're looking for him all the time. You can see he wants to do what he's doing, but he's still chasing, he's running everywhere. Listen, the debate with Messi and Ronaldo is always going to go on forever, and people are going to go on. It's quite simple. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest athlete the game's ever seen. I think he's the hardest working player football's ever seen. I don't think he's the greatest player because, and I do think Lionel Messi is. He's the greatest ever footballer I've seen because it's certain things that he can do. He changes the game. He does all these different things. But no one can deny that Cristiano Ronaldo is, like I said, the greatest athlete I've ever seen. He's actually huge as well. Mate, he's 6'3". I'm so impressed when I met him of how big he is and to be able to do what he can do as a physical specimen. I think they're just 2 outstanding players and they're always going to be compared, which I'm not really a big fan of comparing them. I think the greatest forward ever is R9. Like, I think, in my opinion, he's just the best. But I get the comparisons all over the parts. I just think no one can ever compare to Cristiano Ronaldo as an athlete and as
they've made each other better.
Yeah,
them two
enhanced each other.
I mean, you can't talk about one for more than a couple of days without the other one
doing something
to make you talk about them. Which, probably yesterday or the day before Ronaldo had played his second game, everyone, the narrative was that he's finished, he'll not score, and he's not very good, and he shouldn't play. But it's nonsense. He's a top player. He's always going to score. Messi becomes the oldest player to score a hat-trick in the tournament, I think it was, and he's now scored the most goals in the tournament, and now Ronaldo has now become the first player to score at 6 World Cups.
I was doing the maths yesterday. I was like, that's a crazy amount of time.
You're now going, wow. They'll constantly be on at each other. I agree with Tony in terms of Messi's just natural. Just this incredible ability.
He works hard.
Incredible ability that no one else, very rare people, maybe it's an Argentinian thing, maybe him and Maradona, and maybe George Best. People throw George Best in terms of that kind of skill that I've seen. So that is natural, but the argument is, I heard someone say that if you don't think it's Messi as the best, then you're ludicrous. And I just think, but Ronaldo's challenged himself everywhere. He's been to all these leagues. He's been to different things. He's tried new things. He's played in all the different leagues. I think you've got to take your hat off to him for that. And Messi goes and gets his 5th goal in the tournament. So Ronaldo says, "Right, it's time to turn it on."
Show up.
I think this time we've got an incredible sort of look at the Golden Boot. I think any of them can win it. I mean, how far can Haaland get with Norway? If they keep playing, he's going to score goals. And Mbappe, they're getting all the way, so he's got a great chance.
France Norway next game.
Mbappe's taking it, mate. Mbappe's taking it. They're going to be here till the end. You'd have to be France to win it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Mbappe's here till the end. I think Mbappe's could possibly end up on double figures in this World Cup.
Could Mbappe take over Messi's World Cup record within the same World Cup?
Yeah. Definitely could.
Messi's on 18 goals and Mbappe's on 16. Mbappe's on 16 goals in 16 games.
He could.
Yeah, I was going to say, Messi's played, when you're talking about the best, Messi's played like 28 games.
It's 28.
28, 29 games.
Yes, 28, yeah.
To get his 18
I don't like
goals.
that Mbappe's.
And Mbappe's played 16 to get 16. That's like what Gerd Muller played 13 games for 14 goals.
Wow.
And he was the, top German striker.
I don't like the fact that Mbappe's talked about in the same breath as them. Not yet, anyway. I just think he's one of the most selfish people.
Did you hear his interview?
No.
This week. I don't know. I think was it in French or was it in English? I can't remember. But anyway, I watched the interview, and they said, you're competing for the Golden Boot. It's you and Messi, Ronaldo, Haaland. He said, where'd you put yourself in that conversation? He went, there might have been 3. Out of those 3, I'm not on Messi. Messi's all by himself. Messi's the best.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm made
like, Messi's the best. I can't compete. He said, maybe if I do it for a lot more longer time.
Okay,
maybe.
That's changed
maybe
my
I can have the
opinion of him,
conversation. But he went, but you're talking those players? I'm not Messi. Messi's Messi.
I'd say I'm happy he said that because I never knew he'd said that. I thought, you see, when this is what the media do, don't they? They create.
It's what they do. It's what they
It's
do.
what they
That's what they do.
It's the media.
They create an image. They create an image. Because all I've ever seen is Luis Enrique pleading with that fella to chase back and do this, and then the narrative that they paint, and it is the media, because that's why we get our information. It's just the top and bottom of it, and I just feel that's brighten me thinking of him. That fair play. So he is an all right fella. I just thought he was. I just thought he was going to be an ignorant fella, because, like I said, the media.
What, like Zlatan saying, "I'm the best."
Well, yeah, but I've met him, and I know he is what he is, mate. he's big, and he's the man. But I get it. Once again, that's the image he portrays.
Close when he scored a hat trick for Sweden on my England debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he scored that overhead kick.
But you admire people like him who just stands up, puts his back out, put all his chest and goes, "Listen, I'm the man round here." I love that, because you quite clearly know you're not, but you'll tell people you are. I can love all that, fake it until you make it. Brilliant. But for someone like Mbappe, he's been talked about and put with these names. I mean, the power he had when he was at PSG was just ludicrous. I mean, he's decided who the manager is at certain times. It was told. So I've just
been better without him, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and they've won now 2 European Cups.
They have.
He's gone up in my estimation.
They have, but France haven't. And talking numbers, I mean, Mbappe could. He's only 27, I think.
He's a baby.
Right? And he's only 2 goals off Messi, who's just turned 39, probably today, actually. So happy birthday, Lionel. What I'm saying,
Who's Lionel?
Lionel.
Who's Lionel?
That's how we say it in Argentina.
Lionel.
That's how we say it. It's not Richie. So imagine where Mbappe can get goals-wise.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the record. England's record is Lineker and jointly Harry Kane on 10 at the minute. Germany's is closer was on 17, was it?
I think closer was 16.
16, 17.
Closest second, didn't he?
Messi's just gone outright on his own. And then you're looking
it was 17, sorry.
then you're looking at where Mbappe is now at 27. Injury-free for the next 2 World Cups.
Once again, you say this, he's got in so young, and he's the pivotal figure for France.
Messi went in young. Messi was in the 2000
I know.
Messi scored 12 World Cup goals over the age of 35.
Yeah, that's mad.
It just shows you where football's at.
Messi didn't have a great time at Argentina in his early years, did he?
I would also say, I mean, and probably some of the older players like Miroslav Klose is looking and saying it's not fair, because now there's 48 teams in the tournament. There's extra games. There's a lot more teams that are easier to score against.
Of course.
Which I say that tongue-in-cheek after having seen Cape Verde and
but you would be right.
Ghana, stop.
You've got lesser countries in. You've got there's no debating of it. There's no getting away from it. There is. It's just like, let's be all brutally honest. The Champions League is not what it used to be. The European Cup is no longer as hard to win. They played it years ago as a straight knockout tournament. Every round was you lose, you're out. That is so much harder to win when you play like that, because one off day you're out, see you later, go home. You've got teams who are losing games now and winning it.
Yeah,
I mean, PSG lost how many games this season in the Champions League? They're the winners. How are you the best if you've lost? A cup tournament should just be a straight shootout. You lose, you're out. I believe that's how all cups should be. But what they've done is they've monetized it, and they've created a tournament now where everyone plays a load of games and half of them are meaningless. And they're doing it with the World Cup as well.
They want to make sure that the big teams are there at the end. Because look at what they did going into this World Cup. Ronaldo should have been suspended for the first 2 games, but
can't do that.
It would have been ludicrous had the people paying to go watch the World Cup and being there, and the American public, because it's in their country, having to miss out on seeing him when he's the big draw. Saying Messi was maybe not been there for the first game. You want to see the big players play.
It's disgusting.
You want to see the top teams there at the end. So
can't just break the rules for certain people. It's wrong.
No,
it's disgusting.
I'm not arguing against
disgusting.
it.
It's like the Powerade break again.
I'm not.
It's just after a few quid, mate. It's just about money.
I'm not arguing against it.
It's just.
You've broken a rule or two in your time.
So they say, but there's no evidence of that, clear evidence. I'm not guilty, mate. Don't put me on that pedestal. I'm not guilty. I'm an innocent man. But I just feel it's being monetized all across football. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. You don't really get the chance in my sport. But in football, it's such a big business now. And I just feel you're losing what football's about. The European Cup really needs to be looked at. And I think the World Cup needs to be looked at. You don't need this many teams at the World Cup. You're seeing teams come and just get here for the sake of getting here.
Do you not?
I agreed with that originally, but I don't anymore.
Have you not? There's a lot of people have changed their mind on that in terms of. Actually, it's been quite a good spectacle, and there are some games that you have to be a Harden fan for us to be watching it. 4 o'clock in the morning, like Jordan versus Algeria. No disrespect to either of those.
Well, it is. No one's getting up to watch that, mate.
Countries, but they're not standout games for us to watch over here as a mass.
Just not good games to watch.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that was 2-1.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Well, I worked, I told you tonight, I ran New Zealand last week.
I want to see 7-6.
That was actually a really good game.
Oh, come on.
What I'm saying is there can be good games, but
I've enjoyed the stories that have popped up from nations that you wouldn't expect. And then,
I love the Cape Verde one, the keeper's brilliant. I love him. He was great. But come on, let's all be honest.
He did his job.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, Roy Keane.
So do you think we're being over the top then now in this, like where we're talking about these great strikers scoring? Everyone's like, Haaland's hit it running, Ronaldo, Messi. Is it because of all the lower teams in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually maybe a top goal scorer at the World Cup would maybe score 5 goals.
Exactly.
Where people are hitting that in the groups.
Yeah, because...
Double figures.
Yeah. Well, look, Messi scored, 3 against...
5 and 5.
Algeria
5
and
2
2 against... who did they just play?
5 goals in 2 games, Oz. Come on.
Austria?
I'm sure someone's won the Golden Boot with 5 goals. He scored 2. He scored 5 goals in 2 games. Come on.
I'm saying he's not come up against the team. But then look at England, Harry Kane, the striker. He scored his 2 goals in the what you call the tougher game.
Yeah.
Because the low block sort of he didn't find comfortable, or the team didn't get him the chances as well. So it's all about the team getting a chance. I will say, Mbappe, Senegal's not an easy one. You know, then he scored another 2, should have had 3 in the next game. They've got Norway next.
Good
Mbappe
game,
versus Haaland.
Be a great game.
So we'll see how they do in the tougher matchups. You still expect Mbappe to be able to perform it. I want to see Haaland and Odegaard and people creating them chances up against France. Can they create chances against France? Can they be as good and easy on the eye as they have been? Because they're on a crazy streak of not losing games in Norway. Sure, they're like 12 of 13 games unbeaten.
Who's the centre half? Is it Upamecano, Saliba? Is it? Who's the centre halves for France?
Yeah, the defense.
Good defenders, then. He's going to have his hands full. That Haaland, he's going to struggle against them too.
I think so.
I think it'll be really good for us to watch that game because he's a real test for that France team.
I think he's the. I think this is a bit of a controversial one. I think he could possibly finish football as the greatest goal scorer the world's ever seen. Just pure, he's just a goal machine, that boy, Haaland. How are you judging that, though? Because I'd be very surprised if he becomes the greatest World Cup goal scorer. No, not seen. That. I just think, mate, as a predator.
So how do you judge that? Is he going to be the best Champions League? He's got to play in the Champions League all the time. He might actually do that one. Yeah. But which Premier League goal scorer? Does he go and play for Real Madrid like Ronaldo did at some point, and then
he goes to
rip
Madrid.
That to shreds?
He goes to Madrid and he just doesn't stop scoring goals. I just think he's a predator. He stays in and around the box. He's so big, he's so powerful, he's so quick, he's direct, and he's one of a dying breed. Now, I don't see a proper number 9 because the way football is now, they all want to be a 10. This fella just stays in the box and puts it in the net.
I think he might bring it back.
Yeah.
You know, like
the old-fashioned 9.
Yeah, but you go back to what you wanted to be when you grew up. You wanted to be
big dunk.
I thought you wanted to be a keeper. Did you not want to be?
No, stop
never
I never wanted to be a keeper. No one wants to be a keeper. Will you stop tarnishing that brush on me? I'm not a keeper.
Did you want to be Gary Stevens?
No, mate, I want to be Duncan Ferguson.
You want to be a fullback?
I want to be Duncan Ferguson. I want to give someone a headbutt. I want to smack someone. I've done all that.
That's what
I got paid for it as well.
Everyone wants to be a centre forward, and then if you can't be a centre forward and you them kind of physical strengths, you go centre half.
I want to be Duncan. That's what I want to be. Duncan's my hero.
But that was back in our days. If you wanted to be a centre forward, and if you weren't, you're probably a centre half. And if you could do other things, you'd do the other things. Whereas kids grew up watching, the wingers. The football changed. The exciting players become wingers. So kids were growing up in the streets wanting to be a coming off the left, like Henry kind of learnt to do, and coming off the right, like maybe a Salah kind of does, coming off rather than your big centre forwards. So we were losing them within the game, but Haaland might bring it back. And Mbappe playing right through the middle, although he's not a big brute centre forward, might bring it back. Playing a centre forward.
Imagine how many goals Alan Shearer would have scored in today's football.
A lot.
People were volleying and kicking Alan Shearer and roughing him up, and he was a lone centre forward. He was an animal. I remember him and Chris Sutton when they were two forwards.
The test is
the SAS.
The test is, no, I agree, but the test is, can you do it over the whole of your career?
Haaland,
for instance, there are some top strikers. Michael Owen burst onto the scene, was outstanding till he was about 25, and then found it a little bit more difficult as the game adapted, and maybe
few
injuries and all that. Whereas say the likes of Shearer grow up as a guy that wants to do physical stuff, but will run over the top as much as anything. And then by the end of the career, he turns himself into a number 9, holding the ball up, and still throughout his career finds a way of always getting goals, despite the game changing, but despite his physicality changing, and despite, the game changing around him. So I think the best strikers, you look back over the course of their whole career. I mean, having said that, now we talk back to Ronaldo and Messi and say Messi's not had to change. Ronaldo did. He was a winger, and then he went a striker, and he was a striker that ran the channels, and now he's a number 9 that stays in the middle. Fair play to Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of doing that in the way Shearer adjusted his career. Messi's just...
That's why
Messi doesn't have to change. But I was also thinking this. Argentina are playing to get Messi. So Messi just walks around. They work their socks off, even the centre forwards, to get Messi chances in the right areas. If you've got a player of that ability...
Everyone looks for him.
If you've got a player of that ability, you do. His third goal last week when he played it out wide and they just kept looking back for him, highlighted it. I don't think Portugal give Ronaldo that same sort of... They're trying,
but he's not available. They are trying.
So Ronaldo's closing centre forwards down. He's trying to do bits, but he stays in the middle. So Ronaldo's now become part of the team. The best thing, which actually opened my eyes and thought, maybe they have got a chance, Portugal, was, I know he'd scored already in the game, which made a difference. But when everyone thought Ronaldo just takes these free kicks, and he just pretended like he was going to team play, Mendy goes up, no one's expecting it, boom, and he celebrated it like he'd done it himself. So fair play. Maybe that
he got an assist for the dummy.
I don't know if he does actually get it. He'll probably claim one.
Oh, he does, mate. His name's on the sheet.
But maybe that gives Portugal an opportunity, and they're definitely more of a team. And they try and get their other players in than Argentina do, who Messi's the focal point.
I just think the old-fashioned centre forward is being taken away from football, and I think that's a crime. Like I said, I mean, if you'd have had certain players now, like Shearer would bag at Affle, I don't even want to think what R9 would do, because he's the greatest forward I've ever seen in my life. You're never going to see something like him again. What he's called a phenom, that's what he was. Like, you never will see that. Even Messi can't do what he could do.
Talking at R9, I want to end on a quiz. I haven't done it in a while. A quiz, Leon versus Tony.
Oh.
So
yes,
getting embarrassed again.
I think you won the last time.
Oh, don't start me off.
What is it?
So this time I'm going to give you a player who's playing the World Cup, and you're going to tell me how many goals that they've scored on
go on then.
Yeah, on the theme of top goal scorers in the World Cup. Well, no, let's start you with your favourite player, R9.
Yeah.
How many goals
do I think he's got in the World Cup?
In the World Cup.
Overall,
through
all the World Cups, I would probably say
Is it we paused? Just something happened there? What happened there?
I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think.
Lost signal.
What happened there?
14.
It's 15. Oh, close. Would you have got that?
No.
I mean, so I'm 1-0 up. So I'm 1-0 up. He wouldn't have got that 14. Oh, that's unlucky. Then.
All right, let's go with for you, Ozzy.
Right, don't do what you did last time. Right,
I'm going to pull up the...
Which was, how did R9 do?
Yeah.
And then how did some Kazakhstan,
who scored Bosnia's goal in 90
He's start giving me all that.
No, this is quite a nice one. Thomas Muller.
Oh. He must have got a few.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to go 13.
It's 10.
Ooh. Yeah, I wouldn't
have. Wasn't he the leading scorer at one stage? He had the record at one stage.
No, he's always been behind Mursov Closer.
No. Okay. No, yeah, but he come before Closer.
Closer was before him.
Was he?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the other Muller then, the fluffy-haired Muller. Curly had.
Good.
It's Thomas Muller and Gerd Muller.
Yeah. Well, let's go with that. Gerd Muller, how many did he score?
Gerd Muller?
Yeah.
I've already mentioned it about an hour. Well, however long ago we were talking.
I'm going to go...
Just let's see how much you listen to me when I talk.
He's got no chance then, has he?
I'm going to go with 14.
Oh, he was listening.
Sorry.
He
Well
was.
done, Tony.
I didn't even
How many
listen to
games?
it.
Do I remember I said
In 13
games,
games 14 goals. There you go. I wasn't listening, but you've just told me anyway. There you go. 1-0. Thank you. Good in there.
Aussie, let's go with Klinsmann.
Come on.
Jürgen Klinsmann was a player, mate. That dive on the floor. I reckon I get this.
He played in 90. He played in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8.
No, it's 11.
It is 11.
Is it 11?
It is. You don't get a point for that because it was his go, but it was 11.
Oh, well done.
I don't know why I knew that, but I just did.
Because he was stood there like that with his fingers
Mate,
up.
he's
and
got the
an
iPad
extra
closer
finger
to
up.
you.
Christ almighty.
Don't start me off. I should get a point for that. If you don't answer, like he can answer. If I get mine wrong, he gets a chance to answer it. That's
It's my rules, Tony.
Okay, Liam.
Hey, was he getting a briefing about go back and have a look at who scored what? He's done that. There's no way he knows that. There's no way he knows that.
I'm sorry, mate.
Without
Don't
having researched it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Let's put it to
Am I getting done again
I'll give you both one more each. Oh no, actually, give you two more each because you've got a chance to try and get back in it then. Pele.
Oh, I'm gonna say, 13 goals for Pele.
It's not. It was 12.
I think he's trying to get them wrong now.
I'm trying to think of how many World Cups he played in.
He's trying to get it wrong now.
Make it interesting.
Yeah.
Right, for you, Oz.
Just because you're trying to get close and look like you know without... He's done his research.
I swear to God, I haven't.
The one that I had for you is...
No matter what happens, I've won because I got Klinsmann and him.
Go on. The one you had for me, what?
It's too... Well, do you know what? Just to make it interesting, because I know you're going to know it.
Stop giving him easy questions.
It's the one that I had down for him, though, so I've got to be fair.
God.
Gary Lineker.
Oh. 10.
I was going to say, don't get it wrong. Yes, 10.
It's absolutely so, yeah.
Obviously on par with Harry Kane at the moment, so we'll take him off the list.
Yeah.
As a decider then, I'll put it out and I'll give you both one opportunity to answer it.
Okay.
Yeah? So I'm going to go Just Fontaine from France.
Who?
Just Fontaine.
Okay.
This is like 1958. It was like around the time he was playing in the World Cup. But he's right up there in the rankings.
So that's obviously what Clairefontaine was named after?
I wouldn't know, but
the place?
Yeah, it will be, yeah. The France training centre.
Yeah. They've produced some talent then.
You want me to go first?
Might give you a bonus point for that, Tony. That was good, though.
That is a bonus point. I've told you I've won today.
I don't actually know this.
No, I haven't got the slightest clue, but I'm going to go with 13.
I'll go 12. 10.
Wow.
Is it 12 or 10?
12.
You're going 12. You're going 13.
13, yeah.
Both sure?
Yeah.
Tony's the winner. 13.
I've won again. I've beat the footballer at the football questions.
There's all sorts of stitch-up going on here.
I wish the bloody was.
There's all sorts of stitch-up going on here.
Hey, related, Tony.
I'm not having it.
Fantastic. I even got your question right with Klinsmann, so I should have won it anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because you've obviously been doing your read-ups
I
about it.
swear on them little fuckers in the house, I have not. I have not been doing anything. I am too busy to talk that kind of nonsense.